Welcome to the Brad and Taylor Show. Today we have Chelsie DeLong with Laura DeLong Realty.
You're listening to the Brad and Taylor Show, a podcast that inspires entrepreneurs to pursue their passions. We're sitting down with some of the best to learn how they got started and some lessons they learned along the way.
Tell us a little bit about how you got started. Way back in the day. What did you want to be when you grew up?
So, have you ever taken those in grade school? You take those career
the quizzes?
Career quizzes.
Yeah.
So oddly enough, mine always came up with real estate, which is weird, and it always came up with
I feel like that's rare.
Yeah, really, really rare.
Yeah.
But real estate and nursing. I don't know if it was because I like to take care of people, and so those two fields take care of people. But yeah, that's what I came up with. And so back in the day, I always knew I wanted to be a real estate agent, and but I went to school for insurance and risk management, and I don't wish I wouldn't have gone to school, but I don't know, I guess I don't wish anything back because everything happens for a reason. But
right.
So I went to school for insurance and risk management, and then I didn't like working in a corporate 500 company, so then I just decided to get my real estate license. And
How long did you work in corporate?
I worked at Auto Owners for 3 years.
Okay.
And during the last year was when I was working 2 jobs. I worked at Soaring Eagle, or not Soaring Eagle. What's the one in Battle Creek?
Battle Creek? What is that?
What's that
Firekeepers?
Casino, Firekeepers.
Yeah.
I worked at Firekeepers. I lived in Battle Creek, and I worked at Auto Owners, and I was getting my real estate license at that time.
Oh, dang. Busy.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So I was trying to pay off debt, but anyways, that's a different story for a different day. But that's when I got my real estate license and started in 2016.
Okay.
So 5 years ago now.
Yeah.
Did you do it while you said you were doing it while you were there?
Yeah, I did it for a couple months while I was there, and I think this probably goes into different questions too, but a lot of people are like, don't quit your day job, don't quit it. You know, you have all these good things going on. And I was like, nope, I've been selling real estate for 2 months and I'm gone.
You're I got it figured out.
Yeah.
Do you remember your first sale? How did that go?
So my first sale was really quick. It was
Were you nervous?
I don't think I was nervous. No? I think I was just so excited.
You were meant for it though. Your quiz told you.
Yeah, my quiz told me. Yeah, I was just so excited, I think, more than nervous. And I guess I'm one of those people that more so learns as I go. Yeah. Not feels worried about what's going to happen next kind of thing. And I think those are two different personality traits that some people feel differently about that. But for me, it was just I'm ready.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's I don't know.
What's been your most memorable
real estate transaction?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
good or bad. Good or bad.
It could be good or bad. Whatever direction you want to go with that one.
I don't know. I guess I could go more broader with this question. I think I just like to help family and friends the most. It becomes fun at that point in time. And then when you're working with other people that you don't know, they become friends too. I had a real estate transaction one time. This is a bad one.
Ooh, those are the good ones. We're always ready for these ones, guys.
So I had a real estate transaction one time. I was working with this gal. Her name is Denise. Not that it really matters or anything, but I have been working with her for a long time, and she bought a house in with 20 acres. It was a barn house, a barn dominium. It's really cool. Okay. But then she owned a house in Charlotte that she had rented out for a long while, and it was a very unique house. It literally looks like a barn. And you guys
the
took
whole
pictures
outside was a barn, and then the inside was just transferred into
a
house.
Well, it looks like a barn on the outside, but it was newer build. It was built in the 2000s or something.
Okay. Oh, was that one the one that was in Charlotte?
Yeah, it's in Charlotte.
Okay, yep, I remember that one.
I want to look up the pictures for it now.
Yeah,
yep.
It's cool. It's a cool house. And we had a buyer. They had a pre-approval letter, of course, wrote an offer. They were coming from Florida, and the timing of the transaction just didn't work out for them to be able to close in time for this guy to get his new job. So they actually moved a whole semi full of their stuff into their house. And we only let them move into the garage, luckily, because that next week day the transaction fell apart. So they
dang.
had like a hot tub in the driveway.
Oh.
Yeah, so it was quite crazy, but yeah, that was probably
Imagine
one
what the neighbors thought.
yeah, like literally a semi.
Yeah.
They made it seem like they were just gonna move a little bit of stuff in there.
Nope.
And
The whole
like
thing.
I was
the hot
there
tub.
when the semi got there. I was like, oh, a semi? Like that's not a little bit of stuff. That's crazy.
That's
yeah.
just the necessities.
Yeah,
right?
just the necessities,
yeah.
hot tubs and
Yeah.
So it was crazy.
I think I remember, like,
happening.
remembering the stuff being in the garage. I think we asked you about it, and you're like, "Nope, okay, just keep going."
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
something.
Let's not talk about
I
it.
just remember I just remember a bunch of stuff in there. I remember
Yeah.
going over that
So
one.
whatever happened
So-
with that one? So that one fell through, and someone else came along, obviously. And
Yeah. So
Okay.
somebody else came along and purchased it, and it was from there. It was actually super simple as a cash buyer, and we like closed within
way
a
better.
week or something
Yeah.
like that. So it's like
from like the
1,000%
worst
better.
to the best.
Yeah, yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
And my husband and I, for some reason, we always accept offers on houses. Like when we're selling our house, we always accept a contingent offer. And those always go bad. Like I always feel like it's so hard when you accept an offer that's contingent upon the sale of another house. I feel like it's always hard. It's really
I
just
feel
really
like
hard.
that's probably really hard this last couple of years.
Yeah.
Especially.
Mhm.
Like, yeah, when we were selling our house, it was pretty tough to find something and then wait for ours. And
Yeah.
then if you're waiting on someone else to sell their house,
Yeah.
to buy your house,
It's a
a
domino
whole,
effect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a whole chain of a mess. Chain reaction.
So we've had some pretty bad experiences, I think, with selling our houses. But.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many houses have you sold now? You've done a ton now. How many in the
Like
last
our
couple of
personal
years?
houses,
Yeah,
or-
you guys got your personal houses. You guys have been selling so
yeah.
many of them.
So we we're in our I think it's our 6th house in 5 years. So
How do you do that?
I don't know. I'm crazy. I cry
With
a
the baby
lot.
now.
Yeah, no,
You got the
we're
baby in there too.
the new house that we're about to move into. The drywall is getting done today.
Oh,
and
that's
I
exciting.
like promised myself and my husband that we were not going to move within the next 2 years,
Yeah.
unless it was like our dream property, like on the river.
Unless the magical
Yeah,
location
like the-
comes up and
yeah, like the needle in the haystack
Yeah.
basically came up.
Well,
but-
you never know. Don't say you won't do it. It might come up.
Yeah.
Now that you said that.
Yeah, now that I said that, yeah.
Yep. Well, the house you got right now looks pretty good. I saw your video yesterday. That was
Uh-huh.
pretty, or whatever day it was. But that's a whole lot different than when you guys
Yeah.
moved in there,
Yeah,
or when
so-
you got it.
Yeah, so when we got it, it was pretty much, we had to clean out the whole house. So it wasn't quite a hoarder situation. I wouldn't say
Mhm.
that. It was, the guy had lived there for a very long time.
Yeah.
Did you have to redo everything? Like
Yeah.
a whole job, basically?
Basically,
Mhm.
yeah. So right now was down to the studs until we get drywall today.
Okay.
And then next week, hopefully, like paint and flooring, and then we're gonna get kicked out of our little rental at the end of the month. So no matter
Hopefully
where it
it's
is,
done by then? Close
yeah.
enough
Oh,
anyway?
it won't be done by then, but it'll
Okay.
be quote unquote our livable standards. So
Yeah.
yeah, we'll see.
So
Yep.
what's the reason for you guys moving so much?
So
Were you flipping or what was the...
yeah, so originally I don't think that was like our goal. So I
Mhm.
bought a little house before I left auto owners. That was like one of my goals. Was I wanted to buy a house before I left, and of course when you're self-employed, you can't buy a house for 2 years.
Okay.
So I wanted to make sure I had a house before then. So I bought a little lake house in Albion, and then I sold that. And then we bought 80 acres with a little house. And, my husband, I think, would have stayed there for the rest of his life.
just because of the property?
Yeah, just because of the
Okay.
property, And it just wasn't necessarily my dream property.
Mhm.
And I think we had like a good opportunity to make good money and to move. So that was a tough, like, not necessarily battle between us, but it was
Yeah.
his dream property, and
Yeah.
it wasn't mine, so that was hard. But then at that point, when we started making good money on the first one, I was like, okay, well,
What's the second one going to do then?
yeah, what can we do with this second
Yeah.
one? And the second one we bought was a foreclosure, and then the third one we bought was just in bad condition. The guy had smoked
Mhm.
there for a long time, and
Oh,
he
yeah.
smoked there for like 25 years. He lived there.
Yeah. You probably had to redo everything or most everything. in
Yeah.
that one too.
Mhm. Yeah, in the foreclosure one too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And now, I don't even know if I'm skipping a house or not. I don't know.
There's so many.
But yeah, and I know a lot more people do more flips in years, 5 years, but it just
Mhm.
feels like so much because you're like living in it. We were like,
Yeah.
really,
Yeah.
like, living in it too.
Yeah, I feel like most people who do that many flips in that time frame, they also have a home that they're primary in.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're we're just like kind of over it at this point. We're not going to like flip houses and live with them. No,
Yeah.
my husband keeps saying that. I don't want to live in them. I don't want to live in them. And then 5 houses later, we're still living in them. So, yeah.
Do you guys have plans to like flip in the future maybe and just stay where you are? And
yeah, so
just
that
keep
would be
going in
like
that
our
direction?
ultimate goal
Mhm.
would be able to like flip houses.
Okay.
For cash, ideally.
Mhm.
So that's why we've kind of gone the path that we have, because it's led us to be able to do that in that way.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. That's pretty exciting. So what is like one big thing you've learned from flipping all those houses?
Oh man. Oh, I listened to a podcast the other day and it said, remodel on a beer budget, not a champagne budget. So because we live in them, I always like to have nice things, you know, like I like to have like granite countertops and that kind of thing, and nice art cabinets, not like top of the line or anything, but middle grade. And so my husband's always told me, like, we need to stop remodeling these houses so nice, because we're like wasting our money basically, because we're selling it and losing that money, not losing money, but losing that money on all those more expensive items that we purchase.
Maybe you could have found like a cheaper alternative.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I would say that probably is one of the number one things I've learned, as we just finished buying everything for the house. It's nicer quality, you know. But again, we're gonna live there, so I don't want to just like have cheap cabinets and then be falling apart and stuff.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
So that would probably be the number one thing, is if we do another flip, we want to make it nice for people, but people don't in this area want to have the super high end stuff. It's just not a need for people in this area. So
Yeah.
Yep.
So you and your husband, you guys work together. Have you always worked together? I mean, you said you started about 5 years ago.
Yeah.
How did that transition from you starting to working together?
So my husband has been a real estate agent longer than I have. But when I got my real estate license, I kind of interviewed. I was living in Battle Creek at that time, so I interviewed at a few places there, a few places in Lansing, and then ultimately I'm from Eaton Rapids, so I interviewed with Laura, and just felt like this was the right place for me, you know. So that's how it happened. Basically, is that we started dating at that point in time, and we both sell real estate, and then. Laura and Mike are my in-laws, and they sell real estate, so it just kind of gets intertwined.
The whole family. I wonder what your son's gonna do.
I don't know. I don't know.
Does he have an option? Does like the
I don't
family's
know.
like, no, it's real estate.
Yeah, you have to be a real estate agent. I don't know. That's an exciting thing to think about, though.
Yeah, it is. I wonder if he's gonna be the one who branches off.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
It could be.
Yeah.
You never know.
So how is it selling real estate with a little kid, a little kiddo?
It's hard.
And moving all at the same time.
Yeah.
How do you handle that?
We live in a rental, and it's a little crazy, but it's just like managing your time. I think just like a lot of times I get stressed out, and I just like tell myself to breathe through it, and just know that it's just a phase in life, So a lot of times, I'm like changing his butt and then changing his clothes and trying to talk on the phone, and AirPods are awesome. I don't know. I don't know. That's a super nice thing to have as a real estate agent, because you can be like talking on the phone while you're doing other things,
making dinner
or holding your kid or feeding your kid. And so, I don't know, that's a super helpful tool. But yeah, it's hard. And my husband's always like, what's wrong, or what's stressing you out, and stuff like that. And
I wonder, could it be any of these list of things you've got going on?
Yeah.
Do you guys take your son to the houses with you, or how does that work? Do you guys like alternate back and forth on who goes and who stays home?
Yeah, so it's really nice that we do work together. We have that luxury, because a lot of times he can stay home, or I can stay home. So he'll either go or I'll go, or very random times, or very seldomly will we all go together, like if it's family or something, we'll go together, because they'll want to see my son, and hang out too. So, but we're working on a schedule for our son, so it's hard to like tonight I have a showing at 6, so I can't like take him and Kyle with me, because then that would mess up his sleep schedule. So.
Yep.
Does he sleep through the night yet?
He does. Yeah.
That's
Ours
good.
just started at a year old, you guys.
That's stressful.
Yeah, I was really tired for a long time.
Yeah,
I still am.
Yeah, you're still catching up.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll ever catch up fully.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not with 3 kids,
no,
probably
no.
not. Yeah.
Nope.
Yep.
So what piece of advice did you get when you first started What was like the most prominent piece of advice that you actually used?
Well, I don't know if it's necessarily a piece of advice, but I think what drove me to like want to be successful is people do tell you, like, when you work at a Fortune 500 company or any corporate company for that matter, that like you don't leave and you don't leave the 401k. And I think that wasn't necessarily a piece of advice, but like it gave me drive to like, I'm not going to like quit and I'm going to prove these people wrong.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think people should just live off of like what makes them happy and stop living for all these other people. And
I feel like with COVID, a lot of people are going in that direction now. Like they're realizing what's important.
What really matters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially since they're able to like work from home.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, I can be with my kids all day or be with my husband or whoever. Yeah.
I've heard, I don't know if it's true with you and your listings, but that open floor plan is going away because so many people are at home. They're like, okay, I need that. I need
close
that
it off. Close it
divider.
off.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The kids are also home. Shut me in this room to work.
Yeah. Yeah. At least have an extra bedroom to do so.
Something.
Yeah.
Not everybody in the huge living room, kitchen area all at one time.
Yeah. Tell us about like when you let's go back to when you made that transition from like the corporate stuff to real estate. Like, did you like work part-time at it, or did you just like here's my last day and we're just going on to the real estate. So how did that part work?
So, well, at that point in time, I had paid off my student loan. So it was a lot easier, I think, for me because I had such a minimalist lifestyle and I had just bought a house. So it wasn't like I had a lot of expenses. So I like set myself up for like financially for success. And I think that's important for real estate. Laura always told me, like, you don't want to be like begging for business. You want people just to like come to you because they like you or because they know you, because you're family, not to be like, I need this business to feed my family. And yes, it is that at some points.
Right.
But yeah, that's
if you take the different approach though, you probably get better results.
Yeah. So that was one of the things that I did when I first started was, set myself up financially. But I don't think that's necessarily a criteria either. I think you just really have to have drive and you really have to have passion in whatever you're going to move to. So whether that be real estate or crafts or whatever, I think you should just be passionate about it. And if you're passionate about it, that's all you really need, I think. You don't have to know the industry or be the most educated on the industry or anything like that. I think you just need to be passionate about it.
When you first started out in real estate, what did you find most difficult? Like, was it, I know a lot of people say the paperwork.
Yeah. Well, I think paperwork sucks. I mean, it's not really a fun thing to do, but I think just learning different people's personality traits, I struggle with it because I care about people so deeply. So when somebody says something to me and I take it offensively, it's like I just need to step back and be like, they didn't mean it that way.
Right.
And learn what they're trying to say to me because people have different ways of communicating, different personalities, different wants and needs. So I think just learning what people need and their personality traits and things like that. So I have a gal right now who I'm listing her house in a couple weeks. She's been messaging me for a couple months, getting everything lined up. Like, when are pictures going to be? When is this going to be? What's going to happen here? So today I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to get her listing paperwork around today, even though we're listing next week, and drop it off to her within the next couple days because she likes to do things ahead of time. So I think just prepared. Just reading people is helpful. But that is a hard thing to learn. It doesn't just come.
Yeah, everyone is so different with their personalities. And their wants and needs for their home. And
what is like the biggest thing you found for like marketing, like for yourself, that you're like, every time I do this, I know I'm pretty much going to get lead generation, I guess, is kind of kind of the thing. I mean, everyone kind of has their own way of kind of doing it, but like, is there anything you're like every time I do this, I get listings or something that you like to do?
That keeps on working for you.
I think just like consistently, like always being there to help people. Not necessarily a marketing tactic, I don't think, but just being like a good person and a good realtor, I think is what's helped me in my business the most. So not necessarily Facebook marketing or anything like that. I think just repeat business and making the one customer that you're working with at this second feel like they're the only person in the world, because that's how they should feel. And they shouldn't feel that you have 10 other clients, even though you do, and
Yeah.
super stressed out while you're
Yeah.
changing your son's diaper, listening to your AirPod, you know, like that's how people shouldn't feel that from you. They should feel like they're the most important person in that moment. And they should be at that point in time. It's a huge purchase. So
Yeah.
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 Yep.
Yeah.
So
How many houses do you think you show on average now, this market, before a sale goes through? Like, are they like going to see them and then it's like, oh, it's gone? Like,
Yeah.
you
So
have
it
to keep
depends
showing?
on what the person is qualified for or like what they're looking for. So like let's say an FHA buyer that has $100,000 to spend, we will see 20 to 30 depending on, you know, if they find something that they love.
Yeah.
But it really depends on the person too. Like I have a couple right now that they don't really look at houses very often because they know exactly what they want. And so they're just like, that's not even what we want. And
Just waiting for that one.
Yeah, we're just waiting for that one. So I've only showed them one house and they wrote $10,000 over and of course didn't get it. So it just really depends on the person, depends on what they're qualified for, what type of loan, how, if they need to sell their house or not, so many different factors. So it's a broad question.
Yep.
Yep. It's a hard
For
one
sure.
to answer. Yeah.
For sure. If you could pick one advice to give somebody that's just starting out, like let's say they got day one and they say, Chelsea, I just got my license today. What should I do?
Oh, that's hard.
It's a big one.
Should I sit at home and wait?
No, you definitely shouldn't sit on your couch and wait because it's definitely not going to happen that way.
Yeah.
Like I said before, I think you just need to have passion. So I think once you have passion, you will naturally, like, your own self will tell you what to do next. And that will just be, like, how you grow your business. But I think it's cliche, but just do it, you know? Like, I don't know, just go
Don't wait
out
for
there.
it. Just get out there.
And do it. You know, like, I see other realtors, like, somebody will post, like, a for sale by owner or something, and other realtors would be like, have you thought about this? Will you do this? Or, like, just, like, not being afraid of it, I guess. Not, like, being afraid of other people or afraid of what other people are going to think of you when you're just starting out. And just know that, I guess it's, I don't necessarily want to say it this way, but, like, it's really not rocket science. Like, if you want it and you want the business, just work hard. Like, that's how I feel, you know, you get more businesses just by working hard and wanting it. So
Consistency.
Yeah, consistency. And
it's a big thing around here.
Yep.
Being consistent.
Consistent.
With everything.
Consistent.
I mean,
Consistent.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to grow,
yeah.
keep doing the same thing.
And I think a lot of people overthink it too. Like when you're starting a business,
Yes.
people are like, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to start this, I need to make sure I have this. It's like, no, just like literally
Just
when I
start.
started, I
Just do
just
it.
like had my license and like I didn't have a Facebook, like I didn't have all these marketing tools. I didn't have any of that. Like and I'm sure you didn't either, you know, you just start and you just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. You got to just start somewhere and not like wait to be perfect.
Yeah.
Because if you're just like, if you wait till to be perfect, it's like, well, now I'm like 6 months down the road and
Yeah.
Chelsea over there already took over.
Yeah. And like I think when you're waiting for it to be quote unquote perfect, it's like you're not
never
ready.
gonna be
Yeah, you're
perfect.
not you're just not simply not ready or you don't have enough passion.
Yep.
Is how I feel.
Yeah. I
Just
get
do
that.
it. Just do it. Awesome. Okay. What let's say, what do you want to do? Like, what's your kind of goal for like the next like 5 years for you, in like your business?
In my business.
Yeah.
So my business and my personal life is so intertwined that it's hard to like separate it. So like when I'm with Laura and Mike, we're and Kyle, you know, we all sell real estate. So it's like sometimes I have to tell Laura, like, put your phone down. Like, let's just have a personal life right now. You know, like
That's
let's
probably
just
really hard.
That's very hard because we all love real estate so much. So
Yeah.
we're like always talking about real estate and always, you know, intertwining our lives. But sometimes you have to just like separate it. But our lives are so real estate driven that it's like our personal lives are our work life too. So I guess we would like to start flipping more houses. What that number is, you know, how many we do a year. I don't know what that looks like. We'd like to have a lake house and also see this is how our lives intertwine. Like we want to like have a lake house, but we also want to have it as an Airbnb too. So it's like,
Okay.
do we, you know, we don't know if we
I mean, it
wanna,
only makes sense though, since you're a real estate agent, to do it that way.
Yeah.
Yep.
So those are some of our goals. Once we close on our house, so we have our house for sale right now. We purchased another house. Once we close on our house, we'll be debt free, house and all. So that was one of our major goals with,
Mm-hmm.
for what we've been working with for the
Yeah.
last 5 years. So I guess since we are now debt free, that it'll help us be able to move forward and flip more houses that we don't have to live in.
Mm-hmm.
And I think our ultimate goal is just to like retire early and spend more time with our kids.
Yeah.
Well, we only have one kid, but like if we had more
Eventually,
kids,
yeah.
Yeah.
My husband
Oh,
wants more kids. I don't know.
Kyle, are you listening?
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, so we have this one creative question for you.
Uh-huh.
Which one do you want to go with? Go
The
for it, Taylor.
original.
The original?
Yeah,
Okay,
we
okay.
asked Laura the same one, and we're going to
Yeah,
get the
let's
same
see.
answer.
Let's see if we get the same answer.
It's a hot dog, a sandwich.
Oh man, no. I
No?
don't know. No.
I don't remember what Laura
Arden
said.
and I
Neither
were
do
just
I.
talking about hot dogs downstairs. That's so weird. I don't know. No, I
Yeah.
would say no.
Why not?
I don't know. It's like, just because it's
I don't know
bread.
either.
I don't know.
We don't have the right answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because like a sandwich would be, I don't know. I guess I just see a sandwich as like a Subway sandwich or like an actual
Yeah.
sandwich with 2 slices of bread. But
Yeah.
I guess it is 2 slices. Well, it's not 2 slices, right?
But
it's
you
like
could
one.
slice- yeah, if they break. 'Cause
Yeah.
you know those buns, they break in half a lot.
Yeah.
Ours do anyway. They
Uh-huh. Do you think
fall
it's
apart.
a sandwich?
No.
No.
I'm with you on that. I
How
don't.
about you?
I don't know. I'm gonna say no.
No.
I
Yeah.
Like,
don't
what you
remember what I
had for
said
lunch
last time.
today
I'm
was
pretty
a
sure.
sandwich.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess maybe because it's never been called a sandwich is like
It's a hot dog.
Yeah.
yeah, if I was told since I was 1 that it's a sandwich, then I might believe it's a sandwich. Maybe
Yeah.
I should tell
Yeah.
my son that a hot dog's
Yeah,
a sandwich
start teaching him.
for his
Hamburgers
whole
and
life.
hot dogs are sandwiches.
Yeah.
Yeah. These are sandwiches.
Yeah.
Awesome. Is there anything else you want to share? Let's see, like contact information or anything you want to plug on the video or podcast before we go?
Yeah, so you can follow me, Chelsie DeLong, or Chelsie _DeLong _realtor on Instagram. And then my Facebook is just Chelsie DeLong _ Laura DeLong Realty on Facebook. And
Okay.
Sweet.
Nice. Well,
Well,
thanks for coming out today.
yeah.
Yep.
Appreciate you being here. Are these working? Here we go.
Oh, there we go. I think they're working. Should we tell them?
Mine keeps falling. It doesn't like my voice.
What do we got to tell them?
Subscribe.
Subscribe. What do we got to point at? Hey, I think there's a subscription button. Like,
It might be there
might be right there too,
somewhere.
somewhere.
Find it. It's red.
Yeah. And it's
Red.
blue. It's green. I don't really know.
It's a color.
This mic isn't even attached. Did you plug these in? Well, I guess.
I wonder if they can hear us.
Yeah. I wonder if they hear us. Well, we should probably tell them if they can hear us. We should probably tell them also give us a 5-star review for listening on Apple. That'd be cool.
5
5-star
stars,
review.
guys.
Share it with everybody they can think of.
We won't take
But-
4 stars.
I mean, Taylor, I don't even think these are on. I mean,
No, I don't think this is working.
This is not working.